All right, so this first stretch is going to be the pigeon pose. The objective here is to get as much stretch on your glute as possible. So when you get into position, first and foremost, you have to get the knee way out in front of you. But the objective is basically going to be sink into as much of a stretch in this part of the hip as possible. So as you bring yourself down, what you're trying to do is drop your hips straight back, but you also want to drop your hips to the side, okay? Because you need that knee to come up and across body as much as you can in order to get the best stretch. A couple ways you can modify it. If this position itself is too intense, one is to bring the chest a little bit higher. That's going to offload the glute a little bit, make it a little bit more comfortable. You should be able to have a pretty good, easy breath as you're in this position. But if you're here and you don't feel a stretch, a couple of things you can do. One being bring the chest down towards the ground. That's going to get a little bit more stretch on the glute there in that position. What you can also do is, in a perfect world, try to get the foot up towards about like a 90-degree angle, which is just going to like externally rotate your hip a little bit more, thus putting on a bigger stretch. But like that position, for instance, for me, is definitely a no-go. So I have to bring it down a little bit. And you can just kind of find a middle ground between bringing that foot up and then bringing the chest down. You can kind of rock around a little bit. You'll find areas that are a little bit more restricted than others. Those areas of restriction are where you're going to want to spend your time. Okay, so with the stretch, kind of as always, you want to kind of accumulate about 2 minutes in a position. You can relax here and there, but you need about 2 minutes of a stretch in order to cause any kind of change in that muscle. So get in position, kind of wiggle around a little bit, find what's tight, hang out. Once you're done, flip on over to the other side. So again, that's pigeon pose.